What's going on, guys? It's Republicbricks back here with episode number 4, buying some of Republicbricks. So I had to film this twice because I didn't do something for the first time. So let's get into this one. So for this episode, what we're going to be talking about is how to get money to start, selling, because I think that's really what you guys want to know. Because in order to sell, you got to buy minifigures, and you got to know where to buy them and how to get the money to buy them. So we're going to get right into this. First off, there's not going to be an episode for a couple weeks after this. I'm going to be gone. So when I come back, though, I'll continue doing, how to buy, parts like 2 through 12, because it's a long, it's a long process. But if you guys stick to it, you guys start listening to this advice, you guys will definitely become awesome sellers and much better than I could have ever been. So here we go. So you got to get money. That's basically the bottom line, is in order to get stuff like this. So there's 4 different ways I'm going to run through that you guys can get money, so you guys can start selling Legos or start getting the inventory for it. So number 1, you can ask your parents. Now, because I know most of you guys are kids here, you can ask your parents, basically, hey, a loan, like, Mom, Dad, can I borrow $30? I'll repay it back to you plus like $5 interest in like a week or two. And, maybe they'll give that to you. My parents didn't, but, maybe your parents will. They'll, support you. Say you're trying to make a big business and you just want a small loan, probably of like $100 or something, whatever you feel like you need, to buy that first lot of stuff. And we'll get into, where to buy and stuff like that in the future, but we're going to talk about getting the money right now. You can also, if you're older, go to credit card company, borrow money, from, lenders and stuff like that. There's tons of stuff you can look it up. But for, the younger crowd, going to your parents is probably one way to go through it. Selling some of the stuff you have right now, basically investing. It's like, hey, I'm going to have to, sacrifice the ghost or whatever so I can, start selling stuff. And, I'll be able to buy myself a brand new sealed ghost afterwards. And you can think of it like that. So you can either sell some of your Lego stuff you have right now, or maybe you have video games and stuff like that. There's another option you can go with. You got to sell something in order to, start buying, the Legos you already have. Option number 3, this is what I did when I was 14. And this is what started me up. I passed out these dog flyers all across my neighborhood and where I live. So, a whole bunch of houses. I put this up here. You guys can see I have my phone number and stuff. I blanked that out. I don't really need, a whole bunch of Lego people calling me, as much as I would love that. You can, contact that email. I don't check that really anymore. And so I did that for a couple summers, and I was able to take all that money I made from doing the dog business, investing into Legos like this. Obviously not these minifigures, because that was from 4 years ago. But and I still do it. I still have people who call me every day, or not every day, but I still have people who call me, and I still watch dog, once a week and stuff like that. So, you can also have like a little, secondary business, and that's basically what that was. And that forefronted my Lego business there. So I was able to take that money and I was able to invest it into Legos. Obviously, keeping some for profit. We'll learn, in future episodes. You gotta save money for profit, because if you continue buying and selling, but you're not generating any profit, and you just continue to take the money you're making and reinvesting it, you're not doing your job. You got to put off some for profit into savings account. We'll get into stuff like that later on if this the series gets pretty big. But so yeah, that's basically, you need to find a way to get money. And if you already have money, you're probably, hey, Republicbricks, I don't need to see this episode. That, I'm sorry, but most people do. They're like, hey, where do I get the money from? Those are the places you can get some money from, because you're gonna need that, to start off, selling. And so I guess we can go in a little bit where to buy from now, just a little bit. So we went to, the places of 4 things you guys can do to, get some money, and where to buy them. So this is part's going to take a long time. I'm obviously not going to be able to cover it all in one episode, but I'll go over one right now, and that's eBay. So there's lots of stigmas against eBay, but to be honest, I shop a lot on eBay. eBay is actually really good. So I'm going to give you guys 3 tips right now on eBay. Number 1 tip when buying on eBay: go to nearest first. Because first up, you're gonna search up Lego. So you just search up normal Lego in your search bar, right? I think I can pull it up here. Continue showing you guys the collection, but I'll pull it up here so you guys can see here. So the number 1 you're gonna do is you're gonna search up Lego. So right here, when you go on eBay, you're gonna search up Lego there. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to hit, nearest first. That's when you're going to hit nearest first. And I'll tell you why. Because there may be kids selling Legos in your area, or adults are selling collections, and you can go and pick those up. That's the easiest way. They might have a whole bunch more Legos than what you guys see. So, let's say you live in Chicago, and you just look up nearest first, and there's a whole bunch of stuff close to your house, and there you go. Now you don't have to pay for shipping. You save money on that, and you probably can get a whole bunch more stuff because I'm sure they have a whole bunch more. And boom, there you go. You pay cash too. You don't have to worry about that PayPal. It's so easy. So that's tip number one. Go to nearest first because you might find some really good deals there. And yeah, there you go. You got yourself a little collection now, and all of a sudden you're on that selling grind. Obviously, we're not even getting to this selling. Yeah, how you're gonna sell, where you're gonna sell. We're not even close to that yet. Right now we're just talking about buying. So there's option number one. Number two, you always want to go to ending soonest. All right, ending soonest. And then you're going to hit auction only. So you see how there's like all listings and then auction, buy it now. You're going to hit auction, ending soonest, because then you'll be able to see auctions that are ending really soon. You may be able to snipe a really good deal for a Lego Star Wars lot or a superhero lot or whatever you're looking for. A set that is $30 under value right now. Boom, you snipe that one, $30 profit, just like that. So that's step number two. That's the key thing what you guys got to do. You got to go to ending soonest with the auction. So there you go. That's a second way to do it. And then the third tip I'll give for this one, there's so many more tips on eBay, but we'll get those into the next episode. You're going to have to tune in to the next one to find out the more tips. Tip number 3 is to go to newly listed, okay? Newly listed and buy it now, all right? So if you go to newly listed, buy it now, there may be some people who list. Like I saw today, I got this, a $30 Queen Amidala, brand new, newly listed, buy it now, $30. I'm going to take that right there. That's $65. What I'll sell it for, $35 profit for going on eBay and looking up Lego and seeing Queen Amidala as the first person to pop up. So that's number 3. So if you follow those 3 steps right there, I can already tell you, you're going to get some real nice deals on eBay. And this is just one of the places to shop from. I mean, there's so many other places to shop from. We haven't even got into that. But we're already at like an 8-minute episode, and I don't want to make them too much longer than that. I think for these episodes, we can make them about 10 minutes long each and call it good. Tip number 4, I'll give you one more tip just because we can make it a nice even 10 minutes, is accepts offers. So if you go to you got to figure out what you want to be selling. So if you want to be selling minifigures or sets, let's say you want to be selling minifigures. So let's say you look up Lego superhero lot. You're going to want to hit ones that say accept offers on it, and you'll be able to offer them. So you always want to lowball. I'll tell you, that's how you do it. You lowball first. They'll hit you back probably with, sometimes they'll accept your lowball and you'll be like, sounds good to me. Sometimes they'll, counter with $1 less than what they wanted. Sometimes they'll, meet halfway in the middle, and there you go. You can start doing stuff like that. Accept offers, that's probably option number 4 that you can do on eBay. And so yeah, those are 4 things you can do when shopping on eBay. Those are just some of the tips I have for you. There's a whole bunch more, and like I said, I'll get into those later on as we get into the series even more. But yeah, eBay is one of the places to buy from. In the next episode, what we'll go through Craigslist, OfferUp. What else do we have? Where else do I buy from? Instagram. That's a key one. If you don't have an Instagram, I really recommend downloading Instagram and following Republicbricks, and then following a whole bunch of Lego accounts you guys can find from that. So that is Instagram, OfferUp, Craigslist. So those are 3 places that I buy from a lot. Bricklink, I don't really recommend buying from Bricklink. It's not usually the best place to buy from if you're trying to resell. I don't really recommend that. Another place you guys can also go is just check out some deals. Sometimes, Target or Toys R Us will have good deals in the store and stuff like that. So you always do want to make sure to go check your local stores as well. That is, I don't really do that too much now, but it's always good to check because sometimes they'll have really good deals. some really awesome items on sale and stuff. But like I said, next episode we'll get into more of eBay, some OfferUp, Craigslist, stuff like that. And we'll continue doing the buying portion of buying and selling with Republic Bricks. So that is all for this episode. I hope you liked it. If you watched this long, thank you very much. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll see you in a couple weeks when buying and selling with Republic Bricks returns.